What's good, you guys? Welcome back to the Ricky and Nikki Accounting YouTube channel where we talk all things financial literacy. But today, what we're going to be talking about is how Donald Trump's win is going to affect your taxes. In this country, we finally got an answer just a couple weeks ago. We've been in a hole. I know a lot of you guys have been stuck trying to figure out what decisions to make about your business, how you're going to expand it, are you going to buy big assets, pay off any debt. We've been in a holding pattern, but now I have some answers for you guys. I'm going to tell you what to expect with the new tax policies that's coming up next year so that you can make good decisions when it comes to investing in your business and with your tax planning. And the time is come. It's time to get ready and get to it. So we're going to keep it moving, and we're going to keep growing and scaling our businesses. And I'm going to help you guys, give you some direction, and I'm very, very excited. Because I'm just so excited to talk about what's going on. Like, there's so many policies that Donald Trump brought up that it just blew my mind. That I'm excited that he's actually gonna bring this to the table. I'm an accountant, and most importantly, I am a tax strategist. And tax season is right around the corner. We are less than 50 days away from 2025, which means we are less than 50 days to save on taxes for 2024. So I'm with my small business owners, talking to them about different decisions that they should make to save on taxes, some good year-end tax strategies that's going to help them save on taxes. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm going to do my best to respond to everybody in the comments. So make sure you comment with any questions. So stick around until the end because I'm going to be dropping a lot of gems for you guys. But before that, let's talk about what is to expect. Let's look at the facts right now. Just 2 weeks ago, interest rates just got cut. They're now between 4.7, 4.5% and 4.75%. And NASDAQ had a record day. 19,000, the highest of NASDAQ ever. Crypto has been going up crazy. Crypto's up 10% right now, which is a new record. And there's a new record with Bitcoin. This all happened right after Donald Trump became president-elect. The stock market's been going up crazy. My Tesla stocks have been through the roof. Do you guys know what this is? This is creating a ripple effect. When things like this alone happens, the stock market, crypto, NASDAQ, lowered interest rates, like, what is happening? That means inflation is gonna start coming down. The cost of products and services are gonna be going down. And that's exactly how it works. Now let's talk about taxes. You know I'm big on that. So let's see real quick. So thanks to Donald Trump, we have, because I've actually dropped some videos, but let's talk about something because we're gonna have here's a good example. He's probably most likely gonna do something that he did before because he actually brought it up in a proposal. Because the big thing about him, there's a lot of people that's for him and there's a lot of people who's against him. But the ones that are against him, they always say, "Oh, he's just saying these things, but he's not gonna actually deliver on these things." He's not gonna It's not about what's being said and what's not being said. It's about what is actually happening. What has he shown when he was in office? Because when he was in office, when it comes to taxes, he did a lot. But the first thing that he said, he's going to extend the same tax cut that was passed almost 2016. In 2016, so like 8 years ago, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys what is actually going to happen. He said tax rates are going to stay exactly where they are because what he did was he promised to keep those tax rates, and that helps everyone. Everybody, no matter what tax bracket you're in, rich or poor, everywhere in between, it will help you if the tax rates stay where they are. Now, if we wouldn't have had this change, tax rates would have definitely shot up. So the first thing that you can actually depend on is tax rates staying the same, which is going to save over 68% of Americans because 68% of Americans would have been affected by higher tax rates. But that's not going to happen now because they're going to stay the same, which means you're going to have more income next year. And I want you to start planning your expansion and how you're going to grow your business now, what you're going to invest in, buying more investments, making tax plans so you can be ready when you start getting this more income. Number two, the standard deduction. Standard deductions gonna go up. So now we can actually depend on that. The standard deduction in 2025 is going to be $14,600 if you are an individual, or $29,200 if you are married. And it would have been a measly 8,300 if you were single, or 16,600 if you were married, which not that great. But we got a new administration. We got Congress, we got the Senate, the House, the White House. We got everything under the sun. American citizens have spoke, and they said, bring us some tax savings and bring back the Tax Cuts and Job Act. Donald Trump said it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. So this is why I'm telling you this is going to happen. Number three, the SALT deduction. Now, for those of you who itemize your deductions, so if you have mortgages on homes and you pay a lot of state tax, Donald Trump said he's going to remove the cap on SALT. And we're going to continue the mortgage interest deduction, which I do think is going to be increased because of the cost of homes and mortgages right now. So I'm pretty positive that we're going to have an increase on that deduction, that itemized deduction, Schedule A. So if those of you who do want to get back on that Schedule A, sign me up. I'm down. We're going to save more in taxes. Donald Trump promised the cap will be off the SALT. Number four, business owners. Bonus depreciation is coming back. If Donald Trump wouldn't have won, bonus depreciation for 2025 would have been at a measly 40%. 2024 is 60%, but as you know, it's a descending rate. So at first, the first couple of years, it was 100, then it was 80, now it's at 60. Next year, it would have been phased out at 40%. But now that Big Trump is back, it's more than likely it's gonna restart and stay permanent. Now it can be back at 100%. But what does that mean? If you are a business owner and you go buy a new computer, new equipment, a truck, a car, manufacturing equipment, a forklift, any sort of equipment, you will be able to write off 100% of it in the year that you buy it. Even, listen, even if you pay in cash, if you pay in credit, if you finance it, you will be able to write off 100% of it in that first year of the purchase. That is what bonus depreciation is, and that is the best auto deduction you can possibly have. And we're getting that back, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act imposed by Donald Trump back in 2016, and he's bringing that right back. Let's go, man. That's the one I was most excited about. Number five, QBI. What is QBI? That's the 199A deduction, qualified business income. Back the TCJA dropped, it was a 20% deduction on your net income in your business. So if you make 100,000 in your business, you will be able to take off 20% of that right off the top. So you're gonna only be paying taxes on $80,000 instead of that 100. That stimulates the economy. This reduces inflation. This puts more net income in your pockets. And guess what? Donald Trump and the Republican Congress that was there back in 2016, they said that they were going to extend it. So you can expect this in 2025, which means we're going to be growing, we're going to be expanding, and we're going to be in charge of our own economy. And I don't want you guys worrying about the wave and what's going on in the nation. You need to focus on what you got going on in your own home. Focus on yourself before you start trying to worry about everything else that's going on. Because if you're focused on other things, how are you going to maintain your own life? If you're not situated, stop worrying about what else is going on in the world. You got to focus on fixing your life first. But let's get back to it. No tax on Social Security, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime pay. Come on now. Come on now. You know what the funny thing is too? I had somebody because I made a few Kamala posts, Donald Trump posts. Nothing. I wasn't speaking bad or ill on either side. I was just talking about their proposals, bringing the awareness to everybody on my page because I want everybody to know what's going on both sides. But I had people saying, how do these how do these tax proposals by Donald Trump help the middle class, help the poor people? How is it going to help them? He's only trying to help billionaires. How does no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime pay help the rich, not help the middle and poor class. The middle and poor class are the ones who are slaving doing overtime. They're the ones making money in tips, and they're the ones getting Social Security. So what are we not understanding here, y'all? What are we not understanding here? Donald Trump is about the people. He's not about just the rich. Of course, he wants to help the business owners and the wealthy because that's what he is, but that's not his main priority. If you are tax savvy, or if you were to hire a tax strategist so you can understand the tax code and not just get a tax bill and be like, damn, I owe again. Damn, I owe again. If you're tired of owing, do something about it. You could do something about it. The tax code is made for you to pay as little tax as possible. There's a reason why it was made. It wasn't made to say, "Oh, you got to pay the highest amount of taxes." No, that makes no sense. It was literally made for you to save on taxes. Because if that was the case, there wouldn't even be a tax code. They would just tax you and say you got to pay this. They wouldn't make a whole tax code saying, "Oh, you can use this deduction, you could use this credit, you could." Come on, you guys. It's time to start thinking. It's time to start educating yourself. It's time to start doing some research. And if you don't want to do the research, you can at least hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be dropping gems and updating you guys on all things taxes and all things financial literacy. So it's time to start being more aware. But anyways, let's get back to it. Donald Trump said he's going to do this whether you voted for him or not. Now that he's going to be in office, just get behind it and let's keep going. It's going to help us. It's going to help us raise our families. It's going to help us create more money in our retirement, create a better lifestyle, and live the actual American dream. And you know what? I'm going to predict now that all of these different tax benefits are going to be law next year in 2025. He's not going to wait 2, 3 years down the line. I feel like he's going to get straight on into it. He's going to be like, Ricky, you sure? He did it before. He did it before. This ain't new. What did Donald Trump do? He's doing what he's about to do. He did it before. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Stop playing. And if somebody says, how are we going to pay for all this? He spoke about this as well. He assembled a team that's going to cut cost. Any tax bill has to be paid for. So if we're going to be cutting taxes, it has to get paid another way. So we've been talking about things. We've been hearing Donald Trump talk about cost cuts in the government. And whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, we all know that the government wastes a lot of money on bullshit. Let's just be on the same page for right now and say this. They waste their money on things that are unnecessary, unwanted, and unneeded. We can all agree on that. So if Donald Trump and his team that he assembled is coming in to cut government wasted funds, that's going to help us. Cut those savings and give it to the American people. Help the American people save taxes. Help the business owners. Like, I'm all for the American dream in small business. I'm a small business owner. So, of course, I'm going to be all for it. Anything that's going to help a business owner. And I'm not going nowhere. I'm trying to put everybody I speak to on to starting a business, no matter what their interests are or what they feel like they want to do. I'm always going to root for you and tell you to go out there and give it a try because that is the real American dream. That is what's going to get you to be financially free and be able to spend time with your family and enjoy the time that you have while you're here on this planet. Now, I have seen a lot online the people that there's a lot of confusion around tariffs and how tariffs actually work. So let's talk about tariffs really quick. Donald Trump, he talked a lot about tariffs and what tariffs are. So, in a good way to think about it, it's a tax on foreign countries. Because if you want to bring products into this country to sell products, we're going to put a tax before it comes in here to become and get put on our shelves, before it drives on our streets and hits our docks, no matter what. We're going to put a tax on that and charge a tariff or a tax before you can come sell it to the American people. That is what a tariff is. Now, what happens is we produce a lot of stuff and ship it to other countries, and they have tariffs on us. They have tariffs on us. So the weaker administrations that we've had, they're gonna just take that tax, pay that tax and not tax other countries. And that's called a deficit. So we're being taxed on things we ship out, but we're not taxing what's being shipped to us. Doesn't make sense. We're receiving tariffs and not sending tariffs. So Donald Trump, he tried doing that with the first time he was in office, and he actually did it with a number of countries, and he wants to do it again. So if you want to come to our country and sell your products, that's cool. Give us the same deal that you have in your country, or we're gonna hit you with taxes or tariffs, and we're gonna use those tariffs to give you these tax breaks because it's got to be paid for. So tariffs are a way that the White House wants to pay for the tax benefits that we're going to be receiving, the ones that we're going to be enjoying. Now, within that, I've seen a lot of people saying, yeah, but that doesn't help us because a lot of our products that we sell as business owners come from overseas. So we're gonna have to pay more for them, and we're gonna have to charge our customers more. That may be true, but something that can be done is get your products made in the United States. Is the point of everything that the point that Donald Trump is really trying to do is he wants America, he wants the United States to grow as an economy. He wants more jobs being made. He wants more business owners in this country so it can create more jobs in this country so more products can be made in this country so we don't have to keep outsourcing and get buying things from overseas. We could just have everything made here. Because you got to think about it. If more things are being produced in the United States, that's going to help our economy in many ways. Like I just said, more jobs, more money. People overseas are going to want to buy more of our products. So if they're going to be buying our products and we're going to put tariffs on them for buying our products, every all this all these different facets coming in is going to help our economy. And at the same time, we're saving on taxes. You guys, I don't know. I don't understand how everybody's trying to hate this man. If you are trying to actually put yourself in a better position, you're trying to grow and do better for yourself, be better financially, be better in taxes, be better just overall, this was the right move. Listen, guys, let's talk about it, you guys. Go ahead and research the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act for me. Do me a favor and do your research on the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. And at the same time, go ahead and do some research on what, matter of fact, check out one of my previous videos of Donald Trump's tax proposals. I made a video on Kamala versus Donald Trump's tax proposals. I made a video on updated tax proposals by them. So if you want to know what Donald Trump's proposals were, go ahead, hit the link in the description or click the video somewhere on this screen so you can go ahead and watch those taxes, see what Donald Trump is trying to propose and will be bringing back. Because what he's trying to do is build the greatest economy in history. But let's go back to that topic on one of the biggest things Donald Trump's criticism was how the tax breaks are really only for high income earners. And I've had some business owners like ask me like what are the benefits? What are the benefits going to be for small businesses? So let's discuss. When Donald Trump was in office 8 years ago and passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, was a lot of misinformation about what was in that act. There was $1 billion plus tax cuts for legislation. He taxed the shit out of big corporations to be able to pay for the tax cuts for the small business owners. What do you think QBI was? That 20% QBI deduction that you get 20% of money gets knocked off of your income. We got that from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. The ability to write off bonus depreciation, better auto deductions, what was it? Better dining deductions. All of that was in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. And who does that help? Business owners. And who was paying for that? Big corporations. So those of you who out there is trying to say, oh, he's only trying to help big corporations, they were the ones who were mainly in charge of paying for the tax cuts for all the small business owners. So if you're a small business owner and you're trying to say that he's only trying to help the high income big corporations and everything like that, the first time he was in office, he had them paying for all of your tax write offs, all your tax cuts. Come on now. Come on, you guys. You got, like I said, go research the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. You guys were loving those tax cuts back when he was in office. So let's not act now that he's back in office, he's not going to take care of us again. He's 1000% going to do this again. And we're going to be saving a shit ton of taxes. But he did also give them a 20% corporate tax rate. But you got to think about it. When there's tax legislation that's passed, it helps the rich, it helps the poor, it helps the middle class. And just because the rich got a tax break, that doesn't mean nobody else does. So we're going to see everything that I'm saying that's going to happen. We're going to get that or better for small businesses, better than before. And I'm excited because I wasn't a business owner the first time around. I was still in college, but now, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna run it up. But it's again, it's a win-win for everyone. Don't focus on I I only want a tax bill that helps just the small businesses. Yes, yes, we're gonna get that. But you can't do that because this is why it's called bipartisan. Everybody comes together to create a tax cut that benefits everyone. You can't just look out for one specific group, and that's the problem. Everybody's thinking he's just trying to help the rich. It's gonna be here again, you guys, I'm telling you. So don't get hung up on that. There's tax breaks for everyone. Get that through your head. And it's going to be there for small business owners once again. And it's time to go. Now, something else I see a lot of people talking about was how Donald Trump he wants to remove income tax. Me personally, I don't think. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think like that would be lovely. I'm not gonna lie. Imagine not having to pay federal income taxes. And if you're in a state where there's no state taxes, imagine not having to pay federal taxes, federal income taxes, and state income taxes. That would be amazing. But I'm very doubtful on that. That's something that I don't think will happen because we do gotta pay for some things, y'all. We do gotta pay for some things like, Social Security, some things like national defense, roads, we can't just get rid of income tax just like that. So we're gonna have to pay for things because we do live in a crazy society. So we're gonna have to pay for protection as well. So that it wouldn't be good just to get rid of federal income taxes. But I do know a lot of people do hate taxes. They feel like they are overtaxed. They feel like we pay way too much on taxes. We pay taxes on the money we make. We pay taxes on the things that we buy with that money that already got taxed. Like it's some bullshit, and things are expensive right now. But the most expensive tax is no income tax at all. Because if federal income taxes got gone done away with, the price of everything is gonna go up because these things gotta get paid for, like I just said. So it sounds nice, but it would be a lot to try to figure out. So because where's this money gonna be coming from? There's only so many tariffs you could put out there. So, but income tax is all right. It's not horrible to pay taxes, but what I want you guys to do is to pay as little as possible. Adding tax strategies, doing tax strategies, tax planning, it is okay. Taxes are a game. We all played games before. We all enjoy games. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta smile more, do something. You sound like a sad sack. Come on. But games are fun. So if you want to be good at the tax game, you need to do your research or just get a tax strategist. The tax strategist is not a CPA, it's not an accountant. It can be, but most CPAs are just CPAs. They will take your W-2s, file your taxes, get you your refund, and then you won't hear from them again until next tax season. That's not what a tax strategist is. A tax strategist is going to sit down with you, or if he's in a different state, Zoom, phone call, whatever, but you are going to be hearing from them throughout the year, not just January to April during tax seasons. No, you hear from them throughout the whole year because you make money throughout the whole year, which means you have to plan, you have to tax plan, you got to figure out and implement different strategies to get yourself situated for when tax season does come around for you to legally lower your tax bill to as low as it can possibly be. So that it's very important to have a tax strategist because they're the one that's going to be going over this with you. They're going to be seeing all your income. They're going to be going over all the expense, going over all your expenses, going on your P&L. They're going to go over everything with you throughout the year to make sure you are going to be set for tax season. They're going to be teaching you the loopholes and strategies that are ethical and honest. Let me put that out there. But that's what a tax strategist is there to do. And you can do this. So like I said, income tax is here to stay, and that's fine. That's just fine. Let's just pay as little as we possibly can. Now, another thing I want to talk about is when it comes to capital gains. Donald Trump has been very clear about this. He wants to have no change. He wants to do no change on capital gains. And same thing when it comes to cryptocurrency. He hasn't brought up any changes about that. Let me tell you something, you guys. Capital gains, a lot of people have a misconception about it. It's actually good. Capital gains is a lower tax rate. You don't pay capital gains on top of ordinary income. It's a different scheme. If I'm out here as a small business owner, I got a 1099, I'm selling products or services. If I pay tax I pay tax on the ordinary income. Now, if I have investments like crypto, stocks, real estate, and then I sell it, I get capital gains. The highest capital gains rate is 20%. Now, the highest ordinary rate is 35%. So I want capital gains because you don't pay capital gains on top of this. You pay it separately. And I would rather pay less. Now, if you hold an asset less than 12 months, it's called a short-term capital gain. Now, the short term, it's taxed as ordinary rates. So the short-term capital gains is pretty much the same as ordinary. The long term is when you hold things for at least 12 months. That's how you get the lower tax rate, which is called the capital gains. So that's why Donald Trump, he's not trying to change that at all. And another thing about investments where the capital gains are involved in, a lot of people don't know that you do not pay FICA taxes on most investments. Like I've had conversations with some of my clients who have rental properties and some who are wanting to get into it, but I'm gonna talk about the ones who are trying to get into it first because they were talking to me about, oh, I was watching a YouTube video and I was following this one entrepreneur online that were saying I should set up an S corp for but when I get my home. No, 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 and no. You don't ever want to put your home in an S corp. You only want to put it into an LLC. And why do I say that? Because once you put it into an S corp, you are subjecting your rental income to FICA taxes. Why would you want to pay FICA taxes on passive income? You are not obligated to pay FICA taxes on passive income. So always leave it in an LLC. That's another gem I just dropped for you guys. Make sure you save this video and share that because that's a Snapple fact right there. Side note, here's a good strategy that I'm highly encouraging you to take advantage of. So as we see these new tax strategies come down in 2025, it's going to be very exciting. We're going to see all these different tax benefits that I just told you about. What you need is a tax advisor to help you implement these. This is something that you can't just knock out on TurboTax unless you know what you're doing, but most of you guys don't. And it's okay. So what you need to do is get with a tax strategist. I keep harping on this because it's extremely important to do this. I don't want you guys trying to do this on your own, filing the wrong forms, not filling it's very vital for you and the growth of your business to be able to grow. The only way you're going to grow is if you invest in your business. Hiring a tax strategist is an investment, but that is an investment that directly impacts your bottom line. All a tax strategist is going to do is help you save on taxes so you can get that money to use it to invest into your business. Use it to invest into a rental property. Use it to invest in the growth of your business so you can succeed. And you can't be cheap, you guys. You can't be successful being cheap. So I want you to use these tax strategies, but I need you to get with a tax strategist so you can actually implement these the right way. So if you made it to the end of this video here, I want to say thank you for listening. Have faith. All of this is going to work. The American dream is alive. It's still there. Tax strategies are going to be coming down like a hailstorm, and it's going to be very exciting. I'm excited. I hope you're going to be excited. Stock market's up, interest rates are down, crypto's up, which means inflation is coming down. So things are looking good and well, you guys. So I need you to stay positive. It's time to expand. It's time to go. I'm gonna be giving you the tax strategy, so make sure you follow me on all my platforms. Link is gonna be in the description. I'm gonna be dropping another video soon on some year-end tax strategies that you can use. Because, like I said, we're less than 50 days away for you to implement these strategies. Now, before you go, what I need you guys to do, if you're somebody who's out there who's looking for a high yield savings account, looking for a credit card, and I'm talking different type, multiple credit cards, a good everyday card, a good business card, a good travel card. If you're somebody out there who's looking for business funding, you're trying to get access to capital, 50K to 100K at 0% APR, I'm gonna need you guys to go check out the link in the description. Click the link on whatever one of those items you need. When it comes to the business funding, you're going to have to set up a consultation so I can put you in line with one of my bank reps so they can help you get access to the bag. And if you don't know what a high yield savings account is, for those of you, this is good. For those of you who don't like to invest because you're scared, trust me, I know I have some family members who are very scared of investing. So this is for you guys. A high yield savings account is just a savings account, but it's different because like a regular savings account that you may have, the APY on there, it's like 0.0001 or something like that. You're pretty much getting like a penny a year. A high yield savings account, you can get upwards of 5%. Now, if you in the link in my bio, I have an account that you can set up. It's a high yield savings account. If you set up direct deposit, you're getting 4.30% APY on that money. And to make it even better, to make it even more sweet, you're getting a 0.50 APY in the checking account. So you can get a checking and a savings, not invest, and have your money just growing just by sitting in your account. And it's not like a certificate account where you put money into it and it has a higher APY, something like a high yield savings account, but it's locked and you can't use it for a certain amount of time. And if you try to take the money out, you're gonna get hit with a penalty, and you don't want to lose your money. But a high yield savings account, the one that I have in the description with the high yield savings account as well. I mean, the with the high yield checking, it's a regular checking and savings account. You have access to it wherever you want. You'll even get yourself a debit card that you'll be able to swipe wherever you go. So click the link hidden in the description, see what you need, see what you like, and go ahead and get to it. But again, thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel and you made it this far, salute to you. You're doing yourself a favor because you just learned a lot today and you're going to be able to help more people. And before you guys go, what I need you to do is subscribe to the channel, continue to watch to the end, because all that is doing is helping the channel grow. And if the channel is growing, that means more people are going to be coming into view, because YouTube, that's how the algorithm works. They're gonna put it out there more. The more people that come to see what I'm talking about, and the more people that's seeing what I'm talking about, the more people that's learning, the more people that I'm helping, the more people that's saving money, and that's more people that's going to be able to reach the American dream. And that's what we all want. We all want to be financially free, and I want that for you guys too. So if you want that to happen, continue to watch these videos. But other than that, you guys, stay blessed, stay focused, stay hungry, stay determined. 2025 is going to be a great year. I'm out of here, you guys.